So Warriors Magic last night, you need Draymond Green, and what does he do? He gets in an argument with the officials, with an official, bright and early. He gets teed up twice, and he is out of there. And the reaction of Steph Curry upon Draymond Green getting ejected from that game, I mean, how can you not feel for this man?
Somebody ran over this man's kitten. Look at him.
This man has been through so much because of his teammate, his buddy, Draymond Green. Oh, yes. I am going to choose to, I'm just going to say it. He's wiping tears away. People have tiptoed around it. Oh, was he wiping tears? Could he have been? Yes. The man was near tears because Draymond Green took less than 4 minutes to get ejected from a game that they have to win. And Steph Curry, once again, put on the heaviest of the backpacks and said, all right, I guess I'll be doing this again. And to the team's credit, entire team rallied around. Andrew Wiggins had like his best game since 2022 for the Warriors last night with 22 points. Steph Curry has the dagger. They beat the Magic. But my God, Steph Curry, and I was saying during the break, we've all been there with a friend, and you said not every friend, and this is Steph after the game winner. So much emotion, he just kicks a chair. I feel it. Sometimes I get so frustrated, I want to kick a chair as well, and luckily someone's not following me with a camera. But I have friends, I'll put it in the collective so I won't target it to one, but I think we've all had at least one friend who just won't change, can't change. They continuously shoot themselves in the foot over and over and over and over and over again, and they know their issue. They know it. Hell, they've even gone to therapy about it and continuous therapy about it, but it is so embedded into them in the core of their being, and you love them anyway. You've been through it with them. You're gonna keep standing by them, but by God, it is so frustrating to watch it happen over and over and over again, and that's what I saw from Steph Curry last night. It's not really the game itself, and yes, like the game is a part of it, and being a competitor and wanting to win and wanting this Warriors team to find a way to surge into the postseason, but it's more about this dude who you have been by for a long time. You have stood by Draymond Green. You have continuously been there to support him through all the trials and tribulations, and this year in particular, after the suspension and the understanding, something's got to change, and he can't do it. When he gets into a game, he is incapable of controlling his emotions in a way where he is not going to be at risk of getting kicked out, and thus getting kicked out. I saw people last night saying at least Dennis Rodman eventually knew the limit. For Draymond Green, the limit does not exist. I don't think it will ever exist. Steph Curry was very much Tyra Banks last night saying, we are all rooting for you. And you just can't do it.
That reaction lets me know people have talked to Draymond. And
Of course they've talked to Draymond.
And not just like recently. That's the frustration of somebody who's probably been talking to this dude about this for years, trying to get him to stop. Dennis Rodman, Michael Jordan came to Dennis Rodman's room and said, hey, you let me down. I needed you. There was no Scottie Pippen. You let me down, and left. And Dennis said, okay, I'm done. I'll dial it back some. I don't know who needs to talk to Draymond. I think all the words that need to be said have been said. All the people of import to Draymond have talked to him at this point. This is just what you kind of get now. All right, I don't think he's capable of changing. I think this is 100% who he is for the rest of his NBA career. And it's frustrating and sad for a player like Steph, because Draymond on the court makes everything so much easier for a team that needs easy shots. His ability to facilitate, his ability to get dudes in the right spots defensively as sort of a defensive anchor, his energy, the way he breathes confidence into less confident players, right? Like that matters. Those things matter. Those things make Steph's job so much easier. And without him, like you said, he's going to have to carry the whole load and whole burden whenever Draymond isn't there. And Steph's like, yo, I don't want to work this hard. I know I got to work hard, but it doesn't have to be this hard. If you would just shut the hell up after the first tech, or get the first tech, like that's fine. That'll come back and bite you in the ass in the playoffs, but that's fine. But to keep going and get the second one, come on, Draymond, you got to know when to stop, dog. Just stop.
And the Steph Curry kick in the chair, he does that every now and then where he shows grand displays of emotion. I think it was the year they won the championship, was the year where he threw his mouthpiece, and it was the whole thing. He was in such frustration, just ripped it out of his mouth and tossed it.
Jordan Poole. Shout out Jordan Poole.
Never forget. Always lingering. It's it's one of those things. I do see a lot of people who are like, wow, I thought he was going to therapy. Well, if any of you have ever been to therapy, one round of therapy does not change. Have you not watched The Sopranos? Tony Soprano doesn't stop killing people. Tony Soprano doesn't stop being a mob boss. Tony Soprano just stops having anxiety attacks, okay? It just helps with coping measures. So Draymond Green probably had some great coping measures. And by the time you got to the end of the game, after the fact, he is still in the piece of his life.
He's still working through therapy.
I don't know.
Okay.
I just know that therapy takes more than one session. Hell, I've been in therapy for like 8 years. I still have plenty of issues.
Right. There's a yes, but it's not.
Yes. I have plenty of issues. God,
yes, you do. But it's not the same issue you had like 2 or 3 years ago.
Right, but maybe his issue has changed in ways that we can't see.
His issue.
Lee Evans put it perfectly. Therapy gives you the tools. It's up to you to use them, and Draymond still hasn't figured out how to use those tools.
We're just asking him not to choke dudes out on the court. In the past 2 games, Draymond chokeslammed Patty Mills and got 2 checks in the first 3.5 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
We're just asking him to dial that back a little bit.
He can't.
No, he can't.
He cannot.
He can't. Look at this nonsense.
Oh, okay, wait.
Here.
But the next picture, this was them seeing each other after the game. And Steph Curry, he sees Draymond Green, and it's just got to be like, oh, here we go. And it's the back hug from Draymond and the smile on this man's face, the look straight into the camera of the, I'm going to do it again.
He looks.
I'm going to do it again.
He looks like Michael Jackson at the end of Thriller. We just need the lizard eyes. If there was a way to juxtapose those 2 pictures side by side, right? Like that's exactly what it is. Because you're right. Like, yeah, we won. I learned nothing. I apologize for nothing. I'm back on my Draymond shit next game.
Courtney in the chat brings up a really important point. It's working because he hasn't kicked anyone in the nuts in years. He just changed to choking. Now that's his signature move. He just switched up his signature move.
The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hart, live every weekday at 8 a.m.